2, 1.
Greetings and a good evening. Welcome to, well, it's once again FTL. Because, well, the movie we're covering is a pirate space movie. We're flying a pirate ship here, we don't own any pirate games, and this is the best space game we have. So let's get right into it, covering Treasure Planet.
Stoortime.
I mean, yes, I did buy this movie in the store like years and years ago. But, disclaimers out of the way up front. This has been my favorite movie for the longest time, so obviously I am biased.
Yeah, but it's a good movie.
What? You're biased about a good movie?
I don't think Barry is biased, because I don't think he saw it before this, ever.
Yeah.
No, but it's a good movie.
Yosh.
Do the most
Alright, spoiler
piratey thing,
free.
buddy.
What? What was that?
What did you just say, Simley?
Do the most piratey thing, buddy.
Yar haar Scooby-Doo.
It's not
Yeah,
the most piratey thing, but I
Scooby-Doo.
just want to kill some guys.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. Alright, spoiler free. What you guys got?
Yes. I love the music, I love the characters, and I love the changes they make from the source material to make it more original.
Yeah, so for the people that don't know, this is a movie adaptation, by Disney, obviously, of the classic book Treasure Planet. Many of the plotlines and characters are directly from the book, but it's pretty heavily adapted, obviously. Simply mentioned the movie, I'd like to mention there that the main theme is like... There's only like 3 songs in this movie. Like, half of the music is just the main theme played in different keys. And I love it. Yeah, they get so much mileage out of the main theme.
We are being messed up really hard.
Then you are not pirating very well.
Yeah, it's fine. No, I was really surprised by how... Let me just start off by saying, not knowing when this movie came out, I was surprised to learn that it's like, what, 2003? 2006?
I think it's 2002. Kowalski, correct us.
I estimated it was like the 2010s. Just because that's how good it still looks. Like, it really held up well.
Yeah, there's a bit of age that we will get to in the spoiler section. Like, there's a few parts where the age shows, but mostly it held up pretty damn well.
That's pretty damn cool.
Shame the movie flopped in the box office.
Yeah, it would be cool to have like a second movie, but I guess knowing Disney, they won't be able to pull it off because, you know...
Like, it's
they
a
can
shame
only...
that it flopped.
It's actually funny if you think about it, because Disney only ever made good movies when they were stealing the ideas from books.
Yosh.
Like, I want to say one thing, like, it was like in the era that like, everything got just like a Disney show. Or was it right before it?
That was before that.
No, actually, it's... So the shows happened right before this. Because Tarzan got a show, Atlantis was gonna get a show, but it didn't do well, so it didn't.
So it got just a second movie.
Yeah, it got a second movie, which is 3 episodes of the show.
Hey, free guy.
Darn.
For the people who haven't figured it out by, like, what the movie looks like, it's a steampunk sci-fi setting.
Yeah, I really like that.
It's a very nice setting. We'll talk about it here. You'll see a bunch of images. We're not scared of Disney.
Indeed, we're not scared of Disney.
The movie looks really good. Not just like quality-wise, but also art style-wise. Why are there intruders on my ship?
Intruder alert! Red spy on the
You
ship!
know what? There's no enemy ship here, so I'm just gonna send everyone there. Everyone. Just gonna send everyone here. You
Even the captain?
here.
Alright, let's get into the spoiler section.
And
So the movie starts off with this cool scene of him reading like a hologram book, which I really like.
Overtaking its prey, flint and
The hologram book. I also like the hologram book, like spooling down in speed and spooling back up when he opens the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
the
is
thing
also pretty cool.
Yeah, and the thing when he just puts the book closed and then he opens it and it begins again.
Go back to the ship, close all doors.
After that, we get a scene that I really like, which was there because Disney wanted to be cool at the time, which is the solar surfing scene.
Yeah, but that was a cool scene.
It's a cool scene, but it really just exists because Disney wanted to be cool at
You
the time.
idiot.
What?
You just killed 2 of your guys off.
Now, you
Nah, we have a clone bay. They'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Fine. They didn't have that many skills yet, so I just decided.
They had no health. We have no heal, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, no, the sales looks really cool.
Yeah.
Not just like, that's what I was going on earlier. Like the character designs are awesome.
Oh, the character designs are excellent.
The
John
ship,
Silver is one of my favorite character designs ever.
the ship designs are awesome. The environments look great. Like, they really hit it out of the park with this movie.
Yeah.
And it's sad that it didn't take off.
Something that's interesting is same with Atlantis that came out shortly before this. Like, these are adventure movies. They feel like going on an adventure. And I feel like, especially in animation, no one makes these right now.
Yeah.
Like, no one makes just going on an adventure and just going places the movie anymore.
It's called One Piece.
Well, yeah, obviously. But it's not a movie, is it?
Yeah.
And in the movies, One Piece doesn't do that.
Neat.
Only in the show do they do that.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I would like to get out of here as fast as possible.
No, you can't.
This
The
is,
surfing scene is also so dynamic.
this reminds
so much
me
fun
of
to
that
look
scene where they like have that supernova thing happening.
Oh, the supernova
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, the supernova is great.
I also like the introduction of Mr. Arrow and the captain.
Yeah.
Good morning, Captain. Everything shipshape?
ship-shape.
Something I'd like to
but
point
I'm
out,
not the captain. The
Is-
captain's aloft.
the captain is a great character. Yeah, she's really strong, she's really cool. Not once do they even point out that she's female. No one cares.
Stem to stern, and as usual,
Disney.
it's spot on. Can you get nothing wrong?
You say
You
Disney
flatter me,
movie?
Captain.
No one even mentions it. In modern Disney movies, everyone mentions it like every other scene when there's a strong female.
But these days you have to mention it every 5 seconds. Imagine surrendering crew to the surveyors.
I mentioned the visuals can look a bit aged, in the sense that there's a bit jank integration of the CG every now and then. And the most noticeable one is sometimes the eyes of the characters like move around a bit on their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly in the first half of the movie.
I guess they figured out how to do it, like as they went on.
Yeah, they saved budget in the second half by changing Silver's pens from these stripy pens to these flat-colored pens, because the artist got tired of drawing the stripes every frame.
I call
That's fair.
I call BS.
What?
I
That
call it
rocket,
fairness.
like we stopped fighting, and when we stop fighting, the enemy never takes a hit anymore. But that rocket still hit us.
Lol.
That's just unfair.
This was the first Disney movie that had this much 3D stuff in it. And you really see them having a lot of fun with moving the camera through the scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, interestingly, John Silver is the first character Disney has done that's half 2D, half 3D. All of the mechanical parts on him are 3D, the rest of him is drawn.
Okay.
And Ben, the robot, is the first 3D character Disney Studios ever did. Speaking of Silver's mechanical part, I love the revolver mechanism that's in his arm to change out which hand is about to pop out. There's cylinders in his arm that twist to a location and then it flips back to change out the hand. Which is pretty cool. Also pretty fun, just go to the Uncharted Nebula. Also pretty fun is this transition into the space harbor.
Oh yeah, that's such a good.
Where it just points at the moon. And then, it's not a moon.
It's not the moon. It's a station of space.
It's also really fun how they, everyone speaks in period language. And there's very complex language in this. Showing how much respect truly the artists on this movie had to their young audience. They weren't scared to use big words and complex ideas.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not dumbed down for children, but it's still pretty good. God damn it! Stop hitting my O2.
No.
This run is going terribly. Oh, there's a fire.
So the emotional core for this movie is Jim and Silver having a bit of a father-son bond. With Silver being a father figure because Jim grew up without one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the main source of the conflict is that Silver was a villain from the start. But closing in on the end, he kinda he's still the villain, but only because he keeps convincing himself he is. He kinda doesn't want to be the villain anymore.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I like how the movie ends. It's not a dumb ending, but it's definitely an interesting one.
Mm-hmm. It ends with so they escape from the planet, the treasure planet, exploding because it was trapped. And at the end, Silver in the planet saves Jim, and then Jim transports the portal, so everyone gets onto the big ship and they escape through a portal. And by the time they are celebrating that they were, alive, Silver was already gone from the deck and was trying to get away with one of the small ships. Yeah, one of the long boats. And Jim decides to let him go.
Yeah.
You know what's another fun detail thing that shows how much passion the creators of the movie had? At the start of the movie, Hawkins' clothes, Jim Hawkins, are all black and he has dark circles around his eyes. Throughout the movie he slowly wears brighter and brighter clothes till at the end he's in a white suit and the dark circles slowly fade throughout the movie.
I did not notice that.
He actually wears brighter and brighter clothes throughout the whole movie, from scene to scene.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Because at the start he has no hope and has basically given up on his future. And at the end he's working towards the future. I think he joins the Navy or something.
Yeah, he went to the school, the captain in the end was like, hey, I will just right there.
I think that's the Navy.
He went to the Space Navy.
I also like these two police officers.
Yes.
Officers.
I like it in the beginning of the movie, Jim was like, I broke that law.
Yeah, the officer is reading out the number of the law and he goes cause he forgets the subsection and Jim fills it in for him.
That moment when you help the cops.
Also, every space background looks great. They always have a nice set piece in the background in almost every space scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like...
I think that especially stands out when they do the teleport, the
portal.
Portal thing. where it just shows so many good scenes.
Yeah.
And they look great.
Alright, what else I got in my notes here? Alright, if you're not gonna watch this movie, I would recommend at least watching the part that has a song from the Google Dolls called I'm Still Here on it. Because that's literally, in my opinion, the best like bonding and progress in the adventure montage that I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was such a good montage. We got bonding moment. We got Jim's backstory.
Yosh.
Like you found out like when his father left. Yeah.
Also, them sailing in the tail of a comet is epic.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. And they're like coming out with like comet dust or whatever that is. It's pretty cool.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
That's joke.
You better not.
Good joke! Nah, that montage is one of the best montages of all time. That montage is responsible for me liking montages.
That montage is responsible.
You'll notice that most reviewers and most critics on the internet don't like montages. That's because they didn't grow up with this one.
Indeed.
But a montage is a good way to like
We need
show a lot of stuff, you know?
Yosh.
Yeah, wait, thank you. It's story time.
It's
Alright.
storing time.
You guys got anything else in your notes?
Let's see. I said the music. I like the characters. I like some fun moments.
I like the way the characters interact with each other.
Yeah, so I grew up on Atlantis and this movie, which I see as very much responsible for the fact that, to me, the most important part of a movie is the characters and their interactions with each other. Because those two movies are like masterclasses in that. Like, even the villains, like the antagonists here, Mr. Scrooge, for example. Mr. Scrooge is as menacing as anyone, basically. You love to see him die at the end.
Indeed.
You also love to see his claw get crushed whilst John Silver is comparing it to a perp.
Indeed.
I also love that John Silver has the stereotypical pirate voice.
Indeed. It needs to be clear to the audience that he in fact was a pirate.
Most versions of this movie you see, after the crash, you'll see the captain hold her stomach and be guided, like, after she's wounded into Ben's home, yeah? Mm-hmm. In the original theatrical release, when she takes her hand off of her stomach, her hand is red with blood.
Oh.
Nice.
Which they removed for the home release later, unfortunately.
Sad.
Because, like, in the movie, it feels like she's weirdly more injured than she looks. But, like, in the original release, it's made pretty clear how injured she is.
Yeah.
Also, Dr. Doppler is a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is fun. I like how, like, slowly through the movie, like, the captain and you like, are bonding also.
Yeah. They actually get together at the end.
Yeah, we noticed it at the end thingy when they had like 4 kids.
Yeah. I also love that it's a cat and a dog.
Yeah. But they are actually not cat and dogs because they are aliens. Aliens.
I like a lot of the alien designs.
Yeah.
Like this guy, who is actually 2 guys. One guy without a head and one guy that is only a head.
Indeed.
after all me for nailing.
It is also funny that fart sounds are a language.
Yes.
I forgot the name of
That
the
is
exact
not
language.
good. Teleporter, stop being on fire.
That's not a teleporter, that's a cloning station.
Cloning station, whatever.
Barry, you got anything?
Let me just quickly think.
Alright, Simli, you got anything left in your notes or in your brain?
Yeah, I have one thing, but I think that is on the dislike section of the.
You can dislike anything you want.
Yeah. But
ahead.
like when we are talking more about the dislike, what we don't like about the movie.
Alright. I've got something.
Alright, go ahead.
The look and mechanical workings of Treasure Planet itself.
Yeah? What's with that?
The mechanical workings just surprise me. That it's like really like it looks detailed. It looks like an actual machine that would
All
do
of
it.
the mechanisms in general in this movie are like very intricate and like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
John Silver alone has so many like gears and flywheels and stuff happening at all times.
Yeah, he looks so cool.
Yeah, and I think with Treasure Planet as well, like I'm not sure if it's part of the trap, but like the jet beams holding up the like core.
I think that's the power system.
Yeah.
I think that's what's powering the portal. The whole planet is just the big machine that powers the portal.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. The only thing I could have done without in this movie is Ben. I think we could have done the movie without Ben in it.
Yes, he was.
He can be slightly annoying in half the scenes he's in.
Yeah, he had some funny moments, but like he was the annoying character.
Yeah.
I do like that he can drive on his knees and ankles though.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
what I
cool
like
it's
on
a
it.
cool character, but not that great to be honest.
Yeah, I could have done without.
Like, what it literally feels like, oh no, this planet is going to explode. This like when it is happening already.
Like how shit overrun can we have, man?
Don't worry.
None of these stores are selling anything interesting.
Alright,
Yeah, so?
I'm thinking it's about time to go onto the scoring sheet here.
Indeed.
Alright.
Which I know I forgot to mention it for people who are not looking at the screen. We popped that up earlier, I just didn't call it out. So here it is again then. As you can see, we gave this movie a good score, which is green as usual. We really like this movie, we very much do recommend it. So let's go around the wheel as always, eh? We'll start with world building. It's a bit above half, it's a nice world, it's an interesting world. But we don't really get to learn much about the inner workings and machinations of how everything works.
Klaus, question, how does this work? Because it says world building, but we're in space.
Yeah,
Ah, you see, there's just a bunch of
in
worlds.
space.
Damn it, you're right.
Right, sound building.
The music is pretty
Yes.
flippin' good.
Watch it.
I hang on that one for a while. No, the music is really good. I really like that. The background sounds, there's great background sounds. Fitting of the weapons used. There's some like ship cracking, which is like really cool because it's like technically a wooden ship or some stuff.
It's a very different like plasma gun sound than most other sci-fi settings.
Yeah, and there's the background sounds fit like where they are put, and the mix is decent. There's no like overpowering
Yeah,
stuff.
it's very nice parody music as well. Well, you see,
You guys
Shanty
aren't
loving.
You guys aren't seeing my hand movements, but I'm just like flying them.
You're just making Italian gestures.
Alright, next up, set building.
Indeed.
No, first we're gonna go over the novelty, because we're
Alright,
passing
if
that
you
on the
say
way
so.
down. So we gave this the novelty check mark, because when it came out it wasn't special, but Now it is.
Yeah, there's no Western 2D animated movies happening really.
Yeah, and this movie really held up the test of time.
Yeah.
Because it still looks amazing. I'm pretty sure if you put this, I don't have an OLED television. If you want me to have an OLED television, then sponsor us or whatever. So that we can watch movies.
Looking at you, looking at you, the entire company of LG.
But even
That
without
one
an
dude
OLED
that just
screen,
watches
this
us.
movie still looks amazing, and I can tell that it's like, if I went to like the cinema and played it, it would just blow my mind. The vibrancy in colors, the color edges, whatever, all that stuff. And for a movie from 2002, it's not something you can expect. Like most movies from that time, I'm pretty sure even the first Ice Age, which probably came out after this, not exactly sure, will look worse than this. Like this one.
Oh, the first Ice Age looks visually terrible. But also for the novelty check here, the sci-fi steampunk setting is very special.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like
In the development of this movie, sorry to cut you off there, somebody. In the development of this movie, they had a rule, which they called, I believe it was the 70-30 rule. 70% of the look of stuff needs to be old, and 30% of it needs to be sci-fi.
Nice.
Alright, and now we go on to set building.
Yes.
set building, the building of the set.
Yes. So, props.
They're really good.
The
The
weapons-
laser, the
weapons
weapons,
look awesome.
excellent. Josh,
Silver's hand also was
Well,
just like
like his one
a
half.
masterpiece.
masterpiece, which that's both a character design and a prop, because he changes hands, and the hand itself technically changing being a prop.
I love this. I love the scene when they first show him when he's cooking and he's changing hands like every 2 seconds to do something else, and then it's like a flamethrower flying the pen above his hand and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Just the pieces of rope lying on the ship.
Yeah, it's all
They look
very
really
nice.
good. You know, all
The
that,
map,
like,
the map when the great sphere forms around it with all the holograms. That's so cool.
the crates that they carry around on the ships and stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that stuff, great.
The pots in the kitchen.
Architecture, we also gave a pretty high score because
We're counting the space harbor and the ships as architecture for context.
and Treasure Planet itself, because that's architecturalized. Like,
Josh.
it all is built from the ground up by living hands.
Josh.
Everything is built up from living hands.
Or claus or whatever. I am not going to.
Tentacles, suction cups.
But it's all built by living beings, and that technically counts as architecture, because you can walk on it, you can live in it, all that sort of stuff.
Josh.
They all looked great.
Alright, and then for environment, there's like, it's very nicely painted. There's cool backgrounds in every space thing. The combat is excellent. There's nice forests. They show a bunch of them in the portal scene, like bonus environments.
Yeah.
So, keeping all that in mind, we gave it a score that goes slightly outside of the scale if you look closely.
And I love it
What is me?
for
120%.
it. Give it a score of 120.
It just, yeah,
It deserved it.
it's great. It's literally off the charts.
Indeed. So we gave it a score from off the
Good.
chart.
Which brings us to the story building.
Josh, the story
Right,
building.
in
It's the story of Treasure. It's a competent telling of Treasure Planet, innit?
Treasure Planet.
I don't think we need to say too
You
much
mean
about that.
Treasure Island.
Alright, moving on to the acting
Yes.
building. That doesn't really work.
Thanks, Simli. Nah, it's first the brow building.
Oh, the brow building? We're going to the brow building?
Yeah,
Cool.
you said we're doing things in the circle order. You did novelty in between.
Indeed, buddy. You chose.
Brow is slightly above half, because you need to have an amount of brain to watch this. There's some complex language going on and stuff like that. But there's also stuff like fart jokes. There's Ben existing. and stuff like that. But then there's
Shouting there in the corner.
then there's me hitting my wire. Then there's like complex emotional bonds happening. But then there's also just cool shit because it's cool and explosions. So that puts us close to the middle,
Indeed,
a bit above.
explosions. Everybody loves explosions. Everybody looks at Megamim for a second.
Right, now acting.
So the acing is pretty good.
Yeah, I would say they aced it.
Yeah, they aced it.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty good. There are a couple of lines that could have been said
I
better.
believe Captain Amelia has a few weird ones.
Yeah, but overall, like...
John Silver is standout, but overall
overall they're pretty good. They all have like accents and ways of speaking and all that sort of stuff, and it's conveyed pretty well.
Mr. Scrooge
And it also
is
fits with the
menacing.
language, you know, like...
Yosh. All like piratey language.
Yeah, the piratey language people speak in more piratey accents, and then the captain speaks in a very more official British.
British.
Clean.
Was her bottle of water?
Charters.
Indeed, charters.
We're gonna be building
Charybdis.
some
They
charters.
charted.
Charybdis.
They charted from.
What?
Charybdis.
Okay, whatever. So
It's
the,
a move Behemoth does.
the characters, they all have their own roles.
Yosh. Very
No.
distinct roles.
The only reason it's not at 100 or 99 is because Ben exists.
And he kinda just does nothing.
Yeah, like if you, it's like one scene, probably just something, but like.
I know
Like-
the character exists in the book. I assume he does more in the book. I haven't read the book, because I can't read.
I haven't read the book yet.
Except for being annoying and then like doing very small things. Yeah, nah.
The only thing he
They
does
could've-
is calling out the planet is gonna explode
They could've-
2 seconds before he does.
Yeah,
They could have written around this character and still made
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think they just wanted an extra comedy character. But I feel like Morph does that plenty.
Personality.
Oh, those are really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even the random crew characters that each have like 2 lines are like distinct. Like, you can tell by the way they're saying stuff who's who.
Yep.
And obviously, John Silver is a masterclass. He's the best character in the movie.
Indeed.
Yeah. And then the designs, I mean, we already touched on this. John Silver's design is pretty cool.
You know how good
Yosh.
his design is, buddy.
But all of the designs are really good.
All of the designs are really good. There could be a bit of a lack of color, but
Yeah.
goes for the whole movie except for the space background.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that brings us to the visuals.
The visualis.
The visuales. The style of the visuals is ballin'.
Yeah, it's 2D animation. We rate stuff for the current time, which means 2D animation is cool, because it's been a while.
Indeed. It's old school.
Also, it just looks good. I like
Yeah,
painted backgrounds. It's been a long time since anyone did that. Like, even the current 2D animated stuff that's going on, like
pretty
Has-Been and stuff, the backgrounds are not painted.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if you took a screenshot of any of the space areas, printed that on a poster and put that in a room, people would like it.
Indeed.
Yosh.
So the consistency, however, we had to dock some points because
Yeah, that leaves to be desired.
because it's not that super consistent. I mean,
Yes.
people's eyes don't just move around on their face.
Sometimes the
If,
CG
if
is a
that
bit
happens,
too obvious.
go to a doctor, please.
Nobody, I won't.
Except if you're a flatfish. They have that happen. So, the 3D is sometimes a bit too obvious. And sometimes the 2D characters don't blend too well with the painted background. And I think that's the main consistency stuff. Quality goes much the same, like the 3D can look a tiny bit aged, but not too much. And obviously the resolution isn't the best, because resolution wasn't that high back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
And now we're on
it
world
was
building.
more like
Wait, no. End screen building.
end screen
See you guys
building.
next time.
End screen building! Welcome to the sink.
Welcome to the sink. We transport water out of the kitchen. And we'll see you in the next episode.